Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I want to extend my appreciation, well, actually maybe join everybody in celebrating your retirement. Congratulating you on your retirement. We appreciate your effort and your service to the institution and for your leadership on the committee since you've been here as chair. I know the people of West Texas are grateful for you and the work that you've done on so many things, and I look forward to continuing our friendship in the years to come. So thank you. And now we turn from patting Jody Arrington on the back to talking about real issues. And Dr. Swagel, thank you for being here. I know it's maybe sometimes positive and negative in terms of talking about the things you do and are the things that we want to celebrate, things we want to criticize or complain about. I know a lot of our discussion today is about transparency, and I think it's very important as we talk about the agency and the existence for the last 50 years and how important a role the CBO plays in the legislative process. And as the designated scorekeepers, it's important that your reports and analysis are available, and they have a dramatic impact on bills that come through the House and the Senate, as well as the public perception of what we pass and decisions we make regarding legislation. We need to make sure that CBO works to improve scores, to actually make sure that they align with reality. And on like any estimate, there's going to be some variation. Ideally, you want to minimize that variation up or down within closest tolerance as possible. And unfortunately, as we've talked about previously in the committee room, CBO sometimes falls short of making those good estimates that help us make decisions. And just the biggest example, I guess, that most current is that with the Congressional Budget Office estimated to score for major pieces of legislation like the Democrats' Inflation Act that was out here. The energy and climate provisions in that bill were estimated by CBO at $391 billion. But estimates by Credit Suisse were double at $800 billion, and Goldman Sachs came out with a $1.2 trillion. I will note that shortly after the vote was passed, CBO did revise its estimates up in terms of through that process. My struggle, and I think a lot of our struggle, is that we're literally making trillion-dollar decisions based on this information, so we want to make sure it's the best as possible. There's other examples we could talk about in terms of inflation estimates or budget deficit estimates. We need to make sure that we as accurate as possible. One of the things I'm also looking at, I think we talked about in other conversations and hearings, is that some of the executive actions and some of the decisions around the executive actions. I know that was a big description that was used in the $1 trillion miss a year ago with some of the discussions around that. At the end of the day, we really want to make sure we're transparent in these things. And I'm, as I've talked about before, working on legislation that would actually require CBO to calculate through the baseline or include in the baseline an update on separate tables detailing some of those judicial or executive actions that have been issued since the last publication, and that would have at a momentous amount, $50 billion or more, looking at how do we finalize executive orders and the impacts through that. So I know there's a whole bunch of things that we talk about, and you've been hit with a lot of things ranging from healthcare and other issues and talking about estimates for economic growth. I in my work on Ways and Means pushed a lot on research and development and how R&D and other innovative ideas help grow the economy. So just want to make sure that how can we work moving forward? And I guess I want to give you an opportunity to at least have some comments on maybe proposals around executive actions or other things that how do we narrow down the estimates to more closely react and to be able to refine that process.
Okay. No, thank you very much. And thank you, all of you, the chairman and many of your colleagues. It really impressed on me, the importance of that information. We have been using our monthly budget publication to provide information as quickly as we can on these executive actions when they happen. I can give you some examples, but that's been our vehicle for doing that, and then we wrap it up in the budget the budget and economic outlook. So that's the baseline update we'll have out, this time in February. Student loans was an example where there are many executive actions taken in the previous administration on student loans, and we provided information as quickly as we could to the Committee of Jurisdiction and in the workforce, and then published in the monthly budget review. So that's something that we'll continue to do, and I'm still thinking about what we can do more.